Now, I wanted to do a video on this real quick. I know I did a video on the day before, and honestly, I had to hurry that one up. But this one was something that actually was kind of in the works immediately upon it being announced. I just never got around to actually recording something. But Grand Theft Auto 6 had a trailer dropped. Um, and if you didn't know, it's basically gotten a huge basically like ratio, viewer views and stuff like that. It people are hyped for this game. Um a lot of things was like people were kind of disappointed upon the date for its release, which honestly I felt was disingenuous. They didn't really need to give the date. Um but companies, gaming companies been doing it for a while now, but they really didn't need to do that. And even then it was kind of far off, which begs the question why even release the trailer in the first place. But um speculation for the trailer being released comes from the fact that essentially Take Two has been doing bad shit with the brand of Grand Theft Auto. The definitive edition, being as horrible as it was, is something that's still, like a skid mark in the name of Grand Theft Auto. And then they recently announced that they're doing essentially a good definitive edition, but it's only going to be for the phone versions of the game as well as the Netflix version of the game.
Good night.
And that's being overshadowed by the announcement of Grand Theft Auto 6. So the shit was planned. But like the title of this video, I the Grand Theft Auto 6 release date, announcement and everything like that, even the trailer, it's not a big deal.
Call the police.
It's not a big deal because of the fact that if you know anything about the gaming industry or what's been going on with Rockstar behind the scenes when it comes towards what they're going to do with Grand Theft Auto, you should not be expecting much. But it is still a big deal because of the fact that Grand Theft Auto 5 is the highest selling game of all time, right? As well as something that broke records upon its pre-order about some fucking 10, 11 years ago. And so people getting excited and hyped for this, that's all well and good. And that's one of the things that showcase exactly how big of a deal this game is. But if you know the ins and outs of everything, this should not be something that you should be hyped for. Now, much like with my previous video, I stressed about the fact that in the gaming industry, one of the main issues is that gamers themselves tend to help with the disappointment that comes with these games that are unfinished, unpolished, or rushed out, or basically just a crock of shit. And it's like you have all the tools in front of you to make sure that this game is going to be, this game would be okay before you purchase it. Yet that's a rare commodity. You're hard pressed to find someone who actively buys games and purchases games that basically does research towards the game before they even decide to purchase it. Hell, I work with a coworker of mine that basically he immediately buys everything that comes out, regardless of even if it's something that he would like. He just buys it. And I find that odd, but that's just something he likes to do. But personally, I find that odd. But I'm someone who, I wait till I see some actual gameplay footage. I don't look at trailer gameplay footage because I've been burned before. I've seen the dark side. So I'm far more inquisitive towards the promises that they say about a video game rather than what it is that it's actually what actually gets delivered, So, and then even still, even if it's like I'm more so just I know I'm going to play this game regardless because it happens to be either a franchise that I like or something that I really am into or whatever. Or it happens to hit every beat that I like in terms of what I want to play. I still give some leeway because of the fact that if I know, yeah, it's gonna be crack shit. Hell, I have Mass Effect Andromeda.
Wait. What did he say again?
I did not buy the fucking $100 special edition pack for that horrible game. I got that game at a fucking Family Dollar for like $10 when it had all the patches and shit like that added to it so that it at least was playable, you know? And even then it was a mediocre game, and I got like gameplay footage up on my gaming channel where it's like my main character has patches in his head. They still have issues with the faces and stuff like that. The story is really terrible and just like not memorable at all, especially for something like Mass Effect. And it was boring to play when it came towards the RPG and the storytelling elements, but the mechanics when it came towards the firefights, the guns, and the abilities, that actually was interesting. And it helped push the game along, but everything else was just repetitive and ridiculous.
Enough. The madness stops here.
It's weird that you have so many people essentially just like, oh, it's Grand Theft Auto 6, it's Grand Theft Auto 6. But, you know, from my perspective, I've been listening in towards everything. I've been like keeping up with gaming news and media and stuff like that. And it's like, if you know, a lot of the head people that worked at Rockstar that essentially made these franchises, you know, these excellent games that they've been for so long, they're gone now. So I don't have that interest in the game anymore because of the fact that it's like, yeah, so a lot of their main head writers, a lot of the lead developers, a lot of the people that's been with Rockstar since its inception are out of the picture. So much like with fucking BioWare, and after EA got it and gutted, it's not what it used to be, but because it has the brand name, a lot of people are essentially confused about how the industry works. Yes, it's the name of something that you like, but that doesn't mean that that's the quality or the context that you're going to get. Hell, Bethesda has been coasting off of the achievements of essentially Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, but for like everything else they've been doing within their Fallout series. And it's like they just got these diehard fans that's just waiting for them to come back around and deliver what it is they've always promised. Like same thing with Morrowind and whatnot. And then it's like when they made Skyrim, Oblivion, and Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 and Fallout 5, and it's like, why is it that you're not at the same standard that I remember you when you were great? And it's like, well, if you know anything about the company, then you would probably know Bethesda didn't do New Vegas. Obsidian did. Bethesda just got Obsidian. So they're not responsible for the game being amazing, but people don't know that. They don't understand that. So this isn't something where it's like, I'm not lecturing or trying to put down anyone that's excited about this game. By all means, be excited about it. But what I'm saying is that the lack of knowledge that a lot of people have towards the industry will lead you down the same repetitive path for when this game comes out and essentially you have Rockstar pulling the same crap that they did within Grand Theft Auto 5. You know, it's going to be really buggy. A lot of the draw distance is going to be bad. You know, they've been working on this game for a while, but that doesn't mean that they're working on it properly. You know, like even as far as the context of the story, it's sad to say, one of the main appeals of Grand Theft Auto has been fucking prostitutes. I mean, and then bashing their heads in. But this game adamantly makes you play with a couple. And it's like, you know, the trailer itself had bitches like shaking their asses and stuff like that. But do you really think they're going to allow that other aspect of the game to actually be showcased? I mean, like, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to go into a strip club, but it's not going to function the same way that the previous games have always functioned.
Sounds to me like someone's got a case of the Sposdas.
I don't know. You know, and it's like, but this speculation is coming from the fact that a majority of the people who essentially are responsible for that edginess that Grand Theft Auto was known for are gone. Everyone else is like stuck in the barrel of Take-Two. And if you paid attention to Take-Two, like these people during one of the E3 conferences had this long spiel about diversity and inclusion and shit like that. And it was from one of like their top people who was responsible for making a lot of their games. And that person still works there.
He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?
So you see how that's something that's like, yeah, I doubt we're going to get something that's just like, it's like looking wise, it will be like in Grand Theft Auto Forever, but in actual execution of the game, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm very skeptical in what it is that's going to come, but I feel as if a lot of people need to educate themselves when it comes to the gaming industry, because like I said, now it's the most profitable industry, but it has some of the, I would say, some of the worst fans, because of the fact that these fans tend to get screwed over and over again, and then they still throw their trust in with these people. But you hold all the power. You do not need to give them money or pre-order these games. They're going to continue to make copies. They're going to constantly sell. Hell, you can buy Grand Theft Auto 5 right now with all the bells and whistles, all the DLCs and everything, and that's fine. And it's a single player story driven game. It's just that it's online. It's just amazing. But that doesn't mean that, you know, just because it's the brand new Grand Theft Auto, oh, I gotta get it when it's gonna be a $70 price tag added onto it. The fuck no. Even though Rockstar is known for fucking up with these releases and shit like that. And it's like, but it's everyone wants Grand Theft Auto. It's like, no. So I feel like, you know, it's not like that. I believe that there should have been an outrage when they announced that because even though they're saying that you can play with both a male and a female, it's like, even from what the trailer showed, the main character is going to be the female. Like, just duh. But even then, it's like, well, who the player base and the fandom of Grand Theft Auto is, why would you do something like that?
I'm not sexist. Being sexist is wrong. Yeah. And being wrong is for women.
What exactly do you think that they're gonna not do while they're playing with a woman? That just it's a lot of questions. There's too many questions. But it's just something that I think is like, it's food for thought. You know, it's just something that needs to be thought about. Like I said, I'm not raining on anyone's parade. By all means, if you love Grand Theft Auto, then you love Grand Theft Auto. I personally would love to see a bully, but we can't all get what we want. I would love for a bully too. Fuck. Oh man, that's to me, that's the greatest game they ever made. The greatest Grand Theft Auto game they ever made was San Andreas. But yeah, Bully, God, that's the best Rockstar game they ever made. But after Bully, then Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah. I had more fun playing Red Dead Redemption 2 than I did Red Dead Redemption 1. But yeah, why did you give him tuberculosis? Come on, man. That cough right in my face. It's gross. I didn't mean to hit him too hard, but it's just the game made me. He owed me money.
None of that story is true, is it, Carl?
No, I made it all up because I crave attention.
But like I said, I'm very skeptical with this game. And I feel that a lot of other people should be too. You know, and this is more so just informative on the fact that, like, why it is that I have this misgivings for the game. Because Take-Two Interactive have been doing shady shit for a very long time, especially when it comes towards inclusivity, diversity, and shit like that. It's just that it hasn't been in the forefront for a little bit. But they still hold true to those values. And a lot of the people that were pushing for the edgy nature and what Grand Theft Auto was essentially a highlight for, they're no longer working there. And so now with the added addition of you have a couple being the main characters, the concept of the game itself, we're not really seeing any gameplay or anything like that, but just having a trailer does absolutely nothing for me, because no game, no hype. And all of those factors rolled together just kind of add on this negative aspect towards this game, where it's like, what it could be and what it should be, we're not really going to get it. I feel the same way about the new Dragon Age coming out, and that's BioWare, by the way. But when they had that E3 conference and they showed like some of their head writers were blue-haired people, fuck. It's like, damn it.
Yup. Diarrhea.
I love Dragon Age Inquisition. I love that game, but fuck. If you ever played that game, then you know if you're a dude, you can only get with 2 women, and it's sad. it's so sad. It's like you only get 2. You can only choose to be with 2 women. But if you're gay, oh boy.
6 simple words. I'm not gay, but I'll learn.
Fuck. But yeah. But that's just the gaming industry, you know? So, hey, you know, be excited if you want to. I say hold off on the pre-orders because it's not like they'll run out of anything anytime soon. But, yeah, I definitely would wait until some shit gets patched or whatever because, God forbid, that game come out and you get a Cyberpunk. I don't really think, you know, Take-Two or Rockstar would allow something like that to happen. But, like I said, God forbid. So, that's all I wanted to say. I just felt like getting that off my chest.
Oh, you bitch, you insufferable bitch!
Am I supposed to even know what that means?